It's been a while since we've thanked our patrons from patreon.com/comicsfronprofit, and we want to reiterate just how important those folks are to us, and I don't thank them enough. We try to encourage folks to check out our Patreon, get in there, get involved in our Slack, get involved in free stuff, some of our swag, and be a supporter of the show. And I wanted to do a shout out, because I haven't done a shout out for a while, to some of our patrons. So a quick rattling off. Thank you to Joe Petrowski, Sergey Vishwakarma, G King, David Fink, Martin Ferretti, Christopher Ellis, Louis Velasco, David Donovan, Dennis Chandler, John Saavedra, Darren Williams, Nolan Sasher, Aaron Miller, Bradley Rader, Joy Garlington or Joey Garlington, I think probably Joey, Andrew Clark, John Abel, Charlie Churchill, Eric Helwig, and Singular. So a nice little shout out to some of our patrons. We could always use more. We appreciate those who are patrons over at Patreon, and thank you so much for your support. It helps pay the bills. And podcasting ain't free, and we appreciate all those who throw a couple shekels our way. So once again, thank you, patrons. This episode of Comics for Fun and Profit is brought to you by our YouTube channel. Yes, we have a growing YouTube channel. We need likes and subscribes. Go to YouTube, check out Comics for Fun and Profit. Just search Comics for Fun and Profit. Or you can go to beacons.ai/comicsfunprofit and find all our links, including our YouTube, and get there that way. Got about 600 plus of our episodes in there so far. Check them out at your leisure. We've got some playlists segmented, so all of our guest host episodes are on a playlist. All of our interview episodes by Jason are on a playlist. We're going to continue to go back in time and continue to add to those for you completists out there that want to listen to all of Comics for Fun and Profit's history, because they're gone. They're gone from Apple Podcasts. They're gone from Stitchers of the world. They have dropped off. I have them on a hard drive somewhere, and we'll get them archived onto YouTube for posterity. So when Kyle and I pass off this mortal coil, Google and YouTube ain't going nowhere. Our stuff will always be around. Please, I implore you. Even if you don't like YouTube or you don't like listening to podcasts on YouTube, I get it. But you like us, or you wouldn't be listening to this. Go to YouTube, like, subscribe. So we don't have there very many. We just started it. So we just started adding episodes. Would love your support in any way you can. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 938 for comics originally releasing September the 11th, 2024. But before Drew and I get into what's coming up in the world of comic books, Drew, we got anything else for us to talk about before we get into all the things?
I have nothing this week. I am exhausted. So how about you?
I saw the internet is crashing and coming after Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
So they pulled that latest project that Disney was doing.
So I saw that. Man, I loved Sandman.
Yeah.
I really love Sandman. And I'm going to probably always love Sandman. So
yeah,
that sucks though.
Other than that, I didn't see a whole lot of other necessarily news.
Not much happening.
So as we reach into the fall quarter, we shall see what goes on. But there's always fun stuff to do, so why don't you come on over with me to our good friends at CBSIComicBookInvest.com.
That's what I'm super excited about. Yeah, I've been staring at this.
Yeah, let's look at the Hot 10. And, we had a Drewish pick last week for the Hot 10 number 1, and we definitely have a Drewish pick for the Hot number one, this one. 4 kids walk into a bank. Your boy Matthew Rosenberg, Tyler Boss on art. News of Liam Neeson's involvement in the adaptation dropped after we completed last week's list, but sales held strong over the week, so we have it here at the top for this big week. Strong sales overall with more than 70 sales with an average price of $20 on cover A. There are multiple covers on this one, including a limited to 200 hand-numbered edition that sold for a whopping $400.
I wonder if I should dig out my 4 kids walk into a bank squirt gun that I got from C2E2.
Absolutely. Throw that thing up there and be like, kitschy fun.
I do have this signed, too, by both of them. Probably, but I never got it slabbed, but yeah, it was a great book. I loved it. It kind of put Rosenberg on the map. Tyler Boss, I might have put him on the map too. I'm not sure he was doing anything before this. Really a great. And this was Black Mask, right? This actually it was a series that finished.
Yep, this was Black Mask.
Yeah,
hot garbage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, great book. I'm really glad. I hope it actually happens, and it's good.
Yeah, I'll have to read into more of where it's going to be and what it's going to be and that kind of thing. But for now, we can just stand on the outside and just be excited for whatever.
100%.
So, just cool. It's optioned. Cool. You and I were very, very early on that one, so very, very hopeful still on it being something that's.
I think I got
crappy. It's one of those great things.
I know I've got multiple number ones. I don't know if I have multiple of the rest, but yeah, I was an early adopter on this bad boy.
It was like an 8-issue series?
I was thinking it might only be 4.
Yeah, I think the Black Mask was.
Yeah, they can barely get 2.
Think about it.
Yeah.
As few as we can. All right, at rank 2, we have Aliens versus Avengers number 1. Jonathan Hickman, writer on this book. Another book that started to heat up at the start of last week. The 1 in 100 was desired out of the gate, but it took some time for folks to turn towards the trade dress version. So much so that it went from an $8 cover to about $25 on more than 50 sales. This even hit a high of 75.
And we still feel, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Give me a compelling storyline, because out the gate it doesn't make sense to me. But hey, to each their own. At rank 3, we have Aliens versus Avengers. Number 1, this one, the 1 in 100. Yes, it was on the list last week and back. Volume was up to over 20 sales of this 1 in 100. It was set of when the price is also up to an average price of $180 with a high sale of $200, which hits the double ratio that you and I like to kind of talk about when we talk about ratioed covers. At rank 4, Trinity Special World's Finest number 1, the 1 in 50 Soule cover. Soule. Only a handful of sales on this new 1 in 50 incentive, but they came in a healthy average of $110 and a high of $150. Yes, this is a book reprinting backup stories, but a high ratio, a fun cover, and the promise of an upcoming ongoing series has sent prices.
I would have bet, everything I had that a reprint with a new cover would do nothing. And I would have been wrong, I guess.
Sometimes the industry tells us how to go instead of us telling the industry how to go. At rank 5, we have the Ultimates number 4, the 1 in 25 Francesco Mabali cover. Let's get the tall promise of the writer saying we need to read this, understand RDJ's casting as Doom out of the way. This issue does not explain that at all. That said, it still features a solid cover and has been selling on an average of $30 on over 30 sales, hitting a high of $50.
Oh, really? That's what drove this? Okay.
Perhaps. I mean, it is a cool cover, so that may come from mostly that, but yeah. People may have been manipulated.
In the comics industry? No way.
No. At rank 6, I Lie Popeye number 1, the homage Trevor Richardson cover. This is, of course, the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out homage cover. Another repeat, but this is still selling very well. More high sales in the $40 to $45 range has brought this average up to $33 on more than 50 sales. Such a fun cover that collectors have decided they need at quite the premium price, despite being an open
How many
order.
of these do you think actually sold? I mean, do you think there was? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, it's such a small label. I can't imagine there was too many. But I mean, we saw it and gravitated toward it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe everybody else who saw it in the book, in previews, said the same thing. But I don't know. I can't imagine it was too many.
Yeah, not too many. Absolutely not. But still pretty cool. At rank 7, Deadpool 31, back on the list again as volume started to rise this week as we near the release of Deadpool 7 in a couple weeks, where we will see Eddie Camacho take over for her father. This first appearance is still averaging about $50 after some slight rises and falls in the last few weeks. And with over 30 sales, it seems folks are getting excited for this storyline.
Are you?
No, I mean, just like, we're going to put Elektra in for Daredevil, we're going to put Deadpool's daughter in for...
Yeah, I don't care either.
At rank 8, we have NYX #1, the second print 1 in 25 art germ variant. May not personally be a fan of incentives on later prints, but that doesn't mean the rest of the market doesn't want these variants. Most weeks we see 1 or 2 sales as a double ratio price, but this week we saw half a dozen sales reaching an average of $90 and a high of 100.
That's not bad.
Ratio, Drew. Quad ratio.
And we liked it when it first came out. We still like it.
Yeah, and I like this new background on it, too. At rank 9, we have Deadpool's Secret Wars #2. This is the book I looked up last week because I couldn't think of what it was, and I thought it was part of the Howard the Duck line. But it turns out it is Secret Wars line. This is the first, of course, cover. Seems we finally made our way here. After all the Gwenpool hoopla from Fortnite, we've gone from her first solo to her first in story to her first appearance on the cover only. Volumes went from only a couple sales last week to about a dozen this week, but this was also about an $80 to $100 book that also rose to a new average of 120 and a CGC 9.8 hitting 260.
Wow.
Yeah, no kidding. At rank 10, we have Hyde Street, the Ash Can. Jeff Johns writing this book, Ivan Rice on cover art. Released a couple weeks ago to shops, this Ash Can is seeing some volume spikes with over 20 sales this week from $10 to $15. Folks are starting to get excited for the next series in the Ghost Machine universe, due to come out in a couple weeks.
Okay, and yet another in his imprint. Yeah, okay, interesting. I've lost the thread on those, but he seems to be cranking them out.
Good creators in an ash can. Sometimes that leads to pretty neat stuff. Notable sales, we have Amazing Fantasy 15, the Lebanese cover, an interesting foreign release that came out in 1979. This Amazing Fantasy 15 is really only the cover, as it seems the guts of this book are actually Amazing Spider-Man 72. Whatever the case, the CGC 6.5 sold for $6,000 this week. Only 7 in the census, but impressive sale.
Can't trust the Lebanese comic publishers, I guess. Swapping that out. Yep.
They do whatever they want. It's like there's no oversight whatsoever, Drew. And Strange Fantasy 7. Classic red dress distress from the Eger shop. Back in the day, artists sort of teamed up and worked together in studios, making it difficult to discern who exactly was the artist many of the times, and they worked on art together. This is the case here as a CGC 6.5 sold for an ATH in any grade of $5,620. To put this into perspective, in 2021, a CGC 7.5 sold for only $2,600.
ATH in any grade. What does that mean? Let's go. 6.5 sold. I'm guessing that's a typo. Sold foreign. I don't know what the. All-time high.
All-time high.
Man, I'm dumb. Yeah.
No, Drew, you're not.
Well, before we head over to IDW,
isn't it?
been getting some posts from the floor of the Amazing Comic-Con Honolulu, where our boy Jason is.
Ooh.
Wandering around, handing out Hawaiian treats to comic creators and shilling for wearing his Aloha, I'm Jason from Hawaii, Comics for Fun and Profit t-shirt, shilling for us, working hard, punching the clock. He's lining up interviews. So I hope you're enjoying yourself out there, Jason, and having a good time, getting your book signed, and meeting some cool creators. I know he was just finishing up with Gail Simone earlier, and you know, you remember her, how cool she was when we met her. Yeah, so
Absolutely.
She's a great one. He's making the rounds. I think last thing he posted was he was sitting in a corner by himself because he was exhausted, exhausted and out of money, and but I'm hoping that he had a good time doing that. So thanks, Jason, for keeping us updated, and have a good time out there.
Dude, always working super hard. It's awesome to see. Speaking of super hard, let's head on over to IDW's catalog. Find out what the 25th year of IDW has in store for us. Look at through their September catalog. We of course got Ninja Turtles and Christmas on the front of this because, you know, it was 85 degrees or 95 degrees the other day.
That is, yeah, look at that.
But let's head on over to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2024 series, and look at issue 4. And there's some dope stuff. I definitely
got
like that.
to read this.
I
keep forgetting this exists.
Yeah.
Jason Aaron and Chris Burnham. Why are we not reading this?
Yeah. Superstar writer Jason Aaron continues his exploration of the individual Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, setting the stage for their reunion.
Yeah, no kidding.
Very cool. We're getting double shipped. We're getting 4 and 5 this week, so another really great one. Kevin Eastman getting his cover in ahead of time to what's going on. So, yeah, no doubt. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution 4, as we continue to put colons and dashes and everything else we can to continue to sell this book. It's a $9 52-page book. I don't know if it's still square bound or not.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I remember the original Last Ronin was, you know, it was whatever the black label stuff usually is.
It's 52 pages. It's $9. It's the penultimate of the Re-Evolution story.
No, my favorite word. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation #2 with a really cool Casey Jones cover featuring Raphael on the attack. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Nation 3, also a double ship book. So we're getting 2 of them. That one Tom Waltz.
I'm starting to get the feeling that maybe IDW doesn't have a lot of licenses left. And they've got to double up on what they got.
Yeah, so they are driving that whole Turtles thing until the wheels fall off. Which you can't say I blame them.
If that's all you got to hang your hat on. Speaking of, here's another one.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Night Watcher #4 by Pharaoh Pet. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures 19. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Best of Mondo Gecko.
Do you know who that is? I don't either.
Nope, no clue. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Black, White, and Green. Declan Shalvey and a bunch of other people writing on that one. The trade paperback for that being 152 pages.
Oh, I bet that's a solid lineup of people doing Turtles. Wow.
Yeah. And the art's dope.
It does. It really works.
Black and white pencils
it really
with green
works.
accents.
It's a really good.
Yeah, when it works, it really works. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Armageddon Game Deluxe Edition hardcover, $80 for 736 pages. Last Ronin: The Lost Year, a covers hardcover for $30, 144.
Wow, those are some great covers. Those are some great covers.
We've got those are some really good covers. All right, let's crack our necks and move on from Turtles just the slightest bit. Godzilla Skater.
We are almost halfway through the catalog before we get into a non-Turtles offer.
Non-turtly. We're moving that. Godzilla Skater Die, $5. Godzilla Here There Be Dragons 2, Son of Giants, 5. Godzilla Rivals King Ghidorah and Space Godzilla. All right, so 17 pages of just reptiles.
Yeah, right.
Move on to Star Trek Lower Decks #1 appears to be a Ryan North all-agey Star Wars.
I've heard
ongoing
great things about that series, even though it's an animated series.
Yeah,
I heard great things about it.
Wait, Drew. You heard great things about an animated series?
Probably for
the curmudgeonly old man who talks about...
I mean, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not really a Trek person that much. I watched the original and never really got into any of the others. So it would not be for me, but I have heard good things. That's all I'm saying. I'm passing along this good news that, hey, Lower Decks is a really good show.
There you go. One of the covers is just an interpretation of the Star Trek badge as an anthropomorphic character.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. That's cool.
Kind of interesting, yeah. All right, this show looks funny. Star Trek Defiant 21. Star Trek Regular Series 26. Star Trek Son of Star Trek. A trade paperback for 128 pages. That looks like a Deep Space Nine. One. All right. The Exorcism at 1600 pen #2. Hannah wrote May on that one.
That's new.
So, yeah, 1600 pen, of course, the address of the White House. So, very interesting.
Vanessa Del Rey doing that cover.
The Hunger and the Dusk, Book 2, #4. Earth Divers, trade paperback. Sonic the Hedgehog 75, a 52-page, $7 book for Sonic the Hedgehog, as we continue to celebrate 75 years of Sonic the Hedgehog, or 75 covers of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Every time I see the Earth Divers, I always think Muff Divers, because I am a child.
Completely different book.
Yeah.
Completely different book. Monster High Holiday Haunt. $6.40 page one shot. Monster High New Scaremaster #4. My Little Pony, Best of Princess Celestia. My Little Pony Ken Bucky Roller Derby.
Here's something for me. Best of DC War Artist Edition. 180 pages, $150 hardcover. That's rock right there on the cover, isn't it? Oh my
I think
goodness.
So. Looks to me.
Got Kirby in there, Kubert, Severin, Toth. Oh man, all the war artists and all their glory. Look at that. Look at those pages, dude. Those are
very cool.
Awesome. Old GI Combat cover in there. Oh man, that's sweet. If I had $150 laying around, that baby would be mine.
Call up our good friends
at
Cowabunga Comics. Pre-order it, and you can probably get it for
not on those
price.
Those are
no.
Like you might be able to get
20%
off of that. I don't know.
There you go. A few other ads towards the end. We see Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, the trade for that. Again, a great one to pick up. 2024 Eisner Award nominee for Best New Series. Well deserved. Dude, at the end of the day, I think there's like 15 floppy comics.
Yeah,
and 10 of them are Turtles.
This catalog is a cry for help. Is IDW on life support? they got Turtles, a little Godzilla, and that's about it. They got Bubkus. That's for the whole damn month, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, oof. But I mean, I guess if every mid-tier publisher, not every mid-tier publisher should have a catalog, and they should combine.
And it's not about that. It's just about, floppy comics in my mind rule, and there's just not a lot of diversity in floppy comics.
Not from them, for sure.
I mean, there's no, when you go through a catalog and they didn't grab a single creator to start a new book.
Not one for the whole month.
Yeah.
And I mean, so everybody's going to Boom, everybody's going to Image. What's the deal? You couldn't get somebody?
And we'll see when dust settles, but I want good things, so this is all set out of love.
I want to give a shit about IDW, and outside of a couple of things, maybe I got nothing.
Yeah. Speaking of nothing, let's move our way over to comics heating up and look at some more secondary market
these segues
things.
Need work.
See what we can. You like it? I'm just planting it in the ground and heading that way. Of course, we're going to start off with 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank. Yet again, the 5-issue indie miniseries was likely overlooked during its release. Not by us. We overlooked nothing. Fingers completely on the pulse. But it was a 5-issue series, Drew. 38 copies, $93 for a CGC 9.8. Rawls at $18.
And a high sale of $93 for a CGC 9.8. That ain't bad.
Yep.
That ain't bad.
No. I Lie Popeye scores the Mike Tyson's Punch Out Homage, 32 copies, $40, settling at 31. Alien vs. Avengers, the 1 in 100. We talked about it hitting a high of 190 and going for almost double ratio. Avengers 55. After the immense success of Deadpool and Wolverine, the MCU has been pushing announcements on upcoming projects. The first announcement was that the casting for Doctor Doom at San Diego Comic-Con. Casting news is still bringing back the greats, with the latest news announcing that James Spader will return to play Ultron in the Vision Quest series on Disney+. Ultron is a top-tier Marvel villain that many believe was not adequately represented in the Age of Ultron film. Now that he's back, he's getting a second chance to become a truly terrifying technological terror. Since the announcement was positively received, Ultron's first appearance has received significant attention in the aftermarket, tracking 14 copies with a high sale of $650 for just a 9.4, and we're all still getting you upwards of $30 to $40.
Was he just in the Age of Ultron movie, or was he in anything else? Okay.
Yes. No, because Vision was the voice for Jarvis and stuff prior, and then James Spader took over essentially just for the Ultron movie. Sonic the Hedgehog 72, the retailer incentive 1 in 10. There were amazing books released this past week, and Sonic is one of them. Great cover, so we put it on there. Rawls for $15, 24 copies on the secondary market, high $20, so double cover or double ratio. Aliens vs. Avengers #1. We have the non 1 in 100, just the trade dress, selling 19 copies, $40, 75 is the high. Deadpool 31. This is of course the daughter. Still getting ready for all that stuff coming out here soon. $85 for CGC 9.6. Rawls at $40. We saw 11 moving. Wolverine Revenge. This is another one of the red band covers. The 1 in 25 Tales from the Crypt homage. I think we've been talking about this for 6 weeks now. Still getting 27 copies sold. Still a high of almost 60 and settling no lower than $40. And the easiest thing in comics to predict. Comets 4, 1 in 10. Again, making money. 12 copies sold. $25 the high. Settling at 22. And good old Power Fantasy. Which one are we talking? Oh, just the regular cover, Drew, not the chase. High sale of $50 for C98 and $14 on 16 additional copies sold.
Yeah, a lot of overlap there in the top 10s from Hot 10 and cover price. A let's see if we see a lot of repeats again in the bottom 10. We go to Amazing Spider-Man 252. That's the newsstand. That's a quality key from back in the day. High sale of $435 for a 9.6. Very fine Raws going for $159. That's legit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Power Fantasy #1, the Chase variant that we mentioned. Raw's going for around $12, so the bloom's a little off the rose on those. At rank 13, we've got Secret Wars #8. That's Black Suit Spidey, of course. 23 more of these moved. High sale of $520 for a 9.8. A Raw Very Fine went for $158. I like them mixing up the grades. You know, I don't need to just need to know near mints.
Yeah, show us that 9.4.
Show us some of the
Something
other
attainable
things that you could pick up. The Maxx #1 comes in at rank 14. I had forgotten about this. This was hot for a little bit. What are we selling here? We got, this is optioned, right? That's the deal. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Channing Tatum. It's a Paramount joint. Writers are now attached, so 10 more copies moved. $25 for a CGC 9.4. Near mints around $11. So they're losing money on that slab. They are going in the hole to have that thing slab.
Yep. Unless the market's changed, something's different.
I think they're just like, I thought this was going to be a 9.8. It came back a 9.4. Just sell it for whatever. Get rid of this thing.
Get rid of it.
At rank 15, we've got Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the Marco Cicchetto regular cover. This one was hot as hell forever, and is now selling how many? 7 more copies. It was like 107 there for a while. High sale of $220 for a 9.8, and near mint Raws around $74. At rank 16, we got an appearance by Venom Lethal Protector #1, one of our classic dollar books that we cleaned up on. 20 copies of these moved with a high sale of $125 for a 9.8. Raw's around $20. The New 52 Batman #1 comes in at rank 17. This is Scott Snyder. First appearance of Harper Row and Lincoln March. This is a great run with Coccolo and Snyder on this. Oh, yeah, man. Court of Owls, all that stuff. 10 copies of this one sold. High sale of $175 for a 9.8.
Trying to think what this used to be back in the day. It was
always
sought after.
It was always a high quality book. Near mint Raw at 24 seems a little low, actually. I was thinking it was 100.
I was thinking
it was a $100 book.
Yeah.
Unbelievable Gwenpool comes in to rank 18 for that #1 issue. 13 copies, high sale of 16. Hulk #1, the Ed McGuinness regular cover. First appearance of the Red Hulk. And 10 copies moved, high sale of $248 for a CGC 9.8, and Raw's around $85. And rounding out our top 20, we have Nova, Volume 1, #1. We know there's interest in some kind of property, so this is going to be in some movie, TV, something like that. 11 copies of this continue to move. High sale of $298 for a 9.6, and Raw's around $56. There's the weekend spec.
Yeah, secondary market's doing pretty good there. I mean, nothing too crazy, but still good to see.
Yeah, it's not as exciting as it was when the Ultimate first came out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or even when that Doom book was crazy. Let's head on over to Lunar Distributions. Let's look at our deliveries for 9/11/2024. Let's start with our DC books and start with Absolute Power Task Force 7, the 6th issue. Some neat covers there. Stephen Platt, I guess that's I was going to say the prison photo, but the mugshot is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, he's just over-muscled Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
a little heavy there, Platt.
Apparently she is getting her mugshot because she was arrested for steroids.
Little heavy-handed there, Platt. I don't know. Not a fan. Ain't No Grave finishes up. I know only just the one cover. Surprising.
Mm-hmm. Dark Empty Void #1 from Mad Cave. Zach Kaplan writing that book. Scientists have created a stable microscopic black hole in a secret underground compound. Like you do.
I like that Batman and Robin 13 Carmine Di Giandomenico throwback cover. That's really great. They get me.
The 85th anniversary.
They really get me with these nostalgia covers, man. I'm just like right there in my wheelhouse. I made a decision to not read another DC Vampires book, so I was gonna read it, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm good. I think I got it.
However, the second issue is coming out. Dead Eyes, The Empty Frames #1 by Jerry Duggan with John McCrae on art. Issue #1, miniseries premiere. Dead Eyes is back. The world's most unkillable comic is out of hiding and back stomping around.
I don't think I finished the first Dead Eyes. I remember it was pretty good though, crime noir-y. Something happened. I just didn't keep picking them up. Maybe it was going to go to trade.
Department of Truth 25, really cool cover, eh?
Geiger at 6. Jeff Johns still reminding that world. Nightwing Uncovered. Plenty of covers there. Kyle hates cover books.
The Evan Cohen one-shot. All your favorite Nightwing covers all in one place. Would you consider I don't know that I would consider a cover book a one-shot.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, how often would you do it? How often would you go back to that well? It'd take a while to build up 30 covers.
About every 50
Well, that's
books.
true. Not even that, right?
Yeah.
And then multiple covers on every book. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't take that long. A year, and you could do an uncovered every year if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. But remember, some of them are going to suck. Transformers 12. Good covers there.
What's the Scott Pilgrim I just went by? Coloring book. That's kind of funny. You don't know who that Transformer is, do you, on the cover? Too much of a close-up?
I know who he is, but I can't think of the name. He's essentially the guy that likes the red version of Bumblebee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick look at Image, see if we miss anything. But I think we've seen all of these. Yeah, pretty solid. Let's see what Boom has to offer. What's this Red Before Black? I missed. Oh, okay, I remember that one now. Yeah. Yet another #1 for Something Is Killing the Children.
Yeah. Keep them coming.
What is the Amazing Spider-Man 57 Ryan Meinerding cover? Really shiny. Yeah,
Marvel
Marvel.
already?
What did I miss? Oh, I guess Titan. Titan had what? One thing.
Yeah.
I don't think there is anything, man.
Yeah, not a lot actually. Now that I look at it,
There's that Disney What If with Hawkeye. That's a good one for Avengers.
Oh yeah,
I like that
nice.
one. Avengers Assemble #1. Who was that again? Steve Orlando doing that one. Blood Hunters is still going on. I thought Blood Hunt ended. Did it not end? Guess the offshoots didn't. Fantastic Four hits 25. Yeah, man, let's celebrate. Add $1. Oh, there's a spoiler cover? Ooh.
Don't tell anybody about it.
Such a good book. I still love it. 25 issues in, man, and I don't think there's been a bad one. Even when they had to tie into some stupid event, they were still pretty solid. They got derailed for Blood Hunt for at least an issue or two and did a good job.
Happens to the best of them.
Star Wars 50.
$8 book. Why?
It's
issue 50.
It's issue
Giant
50.
size.
That might be the end. They might be rebooting at some point.
I can't remember from previews if we are or not.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Inquisitors 3 of 4. Ultimate Black Panther 8. Some really good covers.
Wolverine #1.
Been burnt by that a few
The
times.
Wolverine, yeah. Even the JTC negative space variant, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the negative space covers are good.
Nice.
Clayton Crane's good.
Clayton Crane, how do I know that name? Was he in some hot water for a while for something?
Who knows?
Yeah.
I can't keep track. X-Force 1 going to a second print with Tony Daniels
That's cool.
cover. Dynamite, Cruella de Vil, Johnny Quest, Red Sonja.
Even Dynamite's got more variety than IDW.
Yeah.
Stinky little Dynamite. Let's see what those small publishers. Is this a 5th week or something? No, it shouldn't be. This seems really weak.
No, this is week 2. Nobody is pumping out new stuff necessarily.
I don't get it. Club Nephilim 0 issue.
Yeah, Nephilim means giant, correct?
Not Nephilim. Nephilm.
I mean, I wouldn't put money on me being correct about things, but yeah.
I do not know. Deadly Trails #1 from Black Box Comics. Doesn't look good either.
Yeah, man, this sucks.
Struggling. You know, I don't even know if I have a lot of fun candidates this week. Like, let alone Profit.
Definitely. Profit, yeah.
Man, it's weird when it's like an embarrassment of riches some weeks and then nothing. Midst Valorous Farmer. This is Jasmine Walls and Aviv Orr.
Did we just throw a bunch of words together?
Midst Valorous Farmer from Dark Horse. In the Oon, the trust can make or break you. For years, Hildebrand has run the family farm alone, but with only their reliable old truck. All right, guys, and it's $8. Go screw.
I love the cover for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2024 issue 2. I love both of the Albuquerque
That's cool.
covers.
Lots of art books. Really.
Drew, this is the point of the podcast where I take your arm and bend it behind your back and force you to pick a pick of the week.
I'm going to...
Oh, we have... Oh, I'm sorry. We also have Time Waits by Distillery. It's a Chips the Darcy book.
Is it like landscape?
It's Distillery, homie.
Landscape. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've got to go with the John Tyler Christopher negative space variant for Wolverine #1. I can't come up with anything better.
Man.
It was tough, right?
Yeah, Star Wars 50.
Star Wars 50, which one?
Discover A. It's not too bad. Leon Liu. Giant size. We'll see if we do anything fun in Star Wars. Hopefully with the advent of the 50th issue. We'll do some fun stuff.
Standard cover. That's Charles Soule. He's got it down. Classic Star Wars cover. Honor them for 50. Good call, Kyle. Way to pull yourself out.
That's
I like
the one
it.
we're gonna do. We are celebrating Star Wars, which usually works out well for us. All right, well, thank you a lot for slogging along with Drew and myself through our picks at next week. And boy, tune in next week because we are going to.
This got to be better.
This cannot be. It's got to be better. We got to hit higher. Perhaps we just had a lull and we took a little bit off, but we're going to come back stronger than ever. If you want more things from Kyle and Drew, head on over to patreon.com. Comics for Fun and Profit. Throw a couple bucks our way. Be part of the Inside Source and all the Cool Kids Club. Get your stuff early. Get yourself advertised and all the fun stuff. Hopefully we get watch some Agatha and a few things. Maybe
When's that happening?
A review of that kind of thing. Might currently be.
It's on Disney now? It's a series? Wow.
Yes.
Snuck up on me.
Agatha all along.
Huh. Forgot all about that. We're not good podcasters.
I mean, well, it's just stuff. Yeah, September 18th is when it starts, so it's starting next week. I knew it was coming. So hopefully there's some neat stuff. I've already seen. I'm not gonna say it, but I've already seen some possible people that are coming into this world, which is people that we thought were originally in this world, which is people we thought she actually was from the beginning. So. Stay tuned.
I'm confused. Don't tell me. Don't spoil it. I do not want to spoil. Although we sometimes spoil it for others. We probably. I guess I have no dog in that fight.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have no grounds with which to say. So thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself. See ya.
Our LCS is Cowabunga Comics out of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, and their mail order company, Deep Discount Comics, and we went there, and we were actually invoice number 00001. We were the very first their very first customer, which was kind of cool. They've been nothing short of fantastic, customer service wise, discounts. They were very close, if not the same or better than DCBS on a lot of things. Over and above, customer service wise, always taking care of us. Going the extra mile, so responsive, getting instantaneous responses back to questions about things, to the point where knowing the stuff you like and anticipating your needs and having it suggested that you might want to add this to your order already before you even have to think about it. That's kind of cool. Really quality experience. So we love working with Cowabunga and Deep Discount, and that's why they're in our show notes every single episode, and have been for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. That we leave them there because we like them. They're cool, good people. That's why they're in there. By God, they'd tell you to, if you've got a local comic book shop that you love, stay with them, because Everybody needs to support their local comic shops. But if you're looking, check them out. You can check them out in the show notes. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of them. Either get on their list, just so you can check and see what kind of FOC and pre-order stuff they have and the discounts, and they'll send it to you each month, get you on that email list. And you can check out their shop, because they have a great shop of exclusive Cowabunga variants. Amazing stuff. Yes, they've always been there for us, and we take them for granted. So there you go. Now you know. Shop on Threadless at comicsfunprofit.threadless.com, where you can find about half a dozen different designs, plenty of comics for fun and profit themed merch. If you just want a t-shirt, you're good, and if you want sweatshirts or other swaggy items, and you can get anything. Phone cases, shower curtains, it runs the gamut. Skateboards, I think. So check that out. We've already sold several. We're excited about the fact that the folks that want to support us in this way are able to and wear our merch out in the real world. That's pretty exciting stuff. So get your comics for fun and profit, branded items at comicsfunprofit.threadless.com.